I would like to share with you a short story that left a huge impact on my life. A couple of months back, while everyone was leaving the hospital to enjoy the start of a lovely weekend, I was assigned to see a patient and assess him, a patient with lung disease, for my evaluation to come. Upon entering his room, I was welcomed with a middle-aged man who did not seem any different from the patients we see at the hospital. Young, of medium build, full of potential and dream, with hopes of an early recovery. After chatting with him for a bit, I felt the need to make him feel comfortable and asked about his plans for marriage. He smiled and told me it was the first on his list once he got out of the hospital. I smiled back and asked him not to forget to invite me to his wedding. After completing my history and examination, and while leaving, he stopped me and asked for my number in order to actually invite me to his wedding. And so I gave it to him and proceeded to save his details on my phone as the lung disease patient. Days passed by, and a few weeks later, I received an invitation from him on my phone. What I expected to be an invitation to his wedding turned out to be an invitation to his funeral and a request for forgiveness by his family members. How could I? I spent days contemplating about how senseless it was of me to label him. I labeled him for the grade I was receiving. I labeled him for the disease we were treating and not for the human he once was. It then hit me that I forgot the true meaning of medicine and humanity. My colleagues, brothers and sisters, we are handed the responsibility to build the future of our country for generations to come. We will only achieve that by understanding the true meaning of what we are doing, by being doctors who treat patients and not diseases, engineers who build countries and not projects, businessmen and women who create opportunities and advance nations, and scientists who make discoveries and push boundaries.